So it's working with iron bars in the freezer. So minus 25 degrees, more or less, and it works. And this is how the particles looks like. So we saw this one, we saw also this one, and we saw also the electrons. I was a little bit late to film because I was in the working place and I go from the first room to the other room, from the first room to the other room, and I was late. But you see, it works. So iron bars, ethyl alcohol, a sponge, hot water, of warm water of 80 degrees, and that's it. And you can see the particles. So for schools or for outreach, it is really wonderful. And that is what I want to do with you. So with Tunisia, with Nicaragua, small telescopes. It's really great for outreach, believe me, and also a cloud chamber like that. I can send you the parts of the cloud chamber, that is no problem, except the iron, of course, because when I must send iron bars, it's 4, 5 or 6 kilo for the iron bars, so it's a lot of weight to send around the world. So iron bars, you can find it everywhere, I guess. Huh? And the freezer, well, particularly everyone had a freezer, so it can work. So I hope you like this system, you like this part of my talk. I'm at the end of it, I guess. Yeah. So if you have questions, you can ask.
Thank you so much, Jean-Pierre. It's a really amazing presentation and it's really great work what you are doing. So I received a message from Emilio. He is going to join us soon. So I might have 2 questions. So Jean-Pierre, when all started, so if we're going to go back to the history of the SSVI, in which year the SSVI was officially started, and with who? You were independently working in that, or you were working with other group to remove the SSVI project?
Well, I started in 2006 at the university and at the Public Observatory in Ghent as a volunteer. So I built my own telescope. And 2007, 2008, I had the idea to start it with schools. And in 2006, between 2007, 2008, don't know exact date, and 2018, we constructed over 400 telescopes. And it was really too much. It was really too much. But in 2014, I got the idea, we are at university, so we have always students who have the capacity, the possibilities to study. And it was smart enough. But there are a lot of children in the world, a lot of youngsters in the world who have not the chances, children with disabilities. That was the third point. So I started with the idea to distribute, but local, that's Belgium, Holland, so Belgium, the Netherlands, Germany, to distribute telescopes for these people. I have someone in the Netherlands, Harry Rutten. Harry Rutten is an amateur astronomer. He knows very well the CEO of Bresser. So the question was to me, okay, what may it cost? And I say, €0. So €0, that's really not much. So the CEO of Bresser, Helmut Ebert, has told me, okay, you get, it's a very nice project, you get the first 10 telescopes for free. So we started with the first 10 telescopes, but this went so good, so enormous, that Bresser said, okay, how much do you need? And I said, okay, we started with 30 telescopes a year. So we started with 30 telescopes. I came in contact with George Marley on Universe Wellness, Lady University. And George said to me, well, it's a very nice project. We can use it in Universe Awareness and you can go around the world with this. We will send the telescopes. Okay, so we started 2016 with Universe Awareness. And a lot of telescopes went around the world. And in 2018, I was connected to Ewin van Dishoek. Ewin van Dishoek was at that time president-elect of the IAU. So we talk about spring 2018. And we have very good contact with her and also with her husband, Tim de Zeeuw. In 2019, we have IAU 100. We have Moon Landing 50. And so we started over and over and over again. And afterwards, my contact with Lina Canas, so with Office for Astronomy Outreach. Then there was the big start. And now there are telescopes all over the world, 150 and something like that. But we worked also now since this year with CERN, also with l'Astronomie Afrique, and so on and so on. So it's going on. But you must see, we have now a lot of telescopes, over 1,000 telescopes, I guess, and you can do this forever. Because we have no budget, you know that, we have no budget, so we have the telescopes, but we must looking for people who give us some money, 50 euro, 100 euro, we have. And so we can send the telescopes to Leiden. Leiden sent them further away, around about l'Astronomie Afrique, we send it to France. Radio France International send it also to Africa. So we go it that way, but yeah. Brussels is sponsoring us 8 years, but sooner or later you can do this forever. And so come the idea, okay, SSVI stop, I don't like it, but when we can convert it that way, that people build their own telescope, their own materials, this is really STEM. This is science, this is technology, this is engineering, this is mathematics, and that is what do I want? That is the point. So not only children with disabilities, but also underserved communities. That is really, really very important. That's what we want to reach with this. So is this an answer of your question? Can't hear you, Marisa. Your mic is off.
Yeah, that's absolutely answered my question. Thank you so much, Jean-Pierre. Emilio, how's it going?
Hello.
Hi, Emilio.
Hi, Jean-Pierre. I'm really sorry for the delay because I have some troubles with the internet connections.
Okay. That's no problem. That's no problem. My talk is over, so bye now.
Yeah, the same issue here. So yeah, I have another question for you, Jean-Pierre, from our participant. They said, from where you are getting funding to help children with telescopes. So from where you get funding? We have no funding, not at all. So we need a little money. So we ask everyone, so the public, if you can give us 10 euro, 50 euro, whatever you can miss. So we collect it, so we can buy the packages, we can buy small things with it, but that also cost money. If I must send a telescope to Italy or a telescope to France, it costs 30 euro. But when we talk about 50 telescopes in a year, we need 1,500 euro without the package. Also, the package costs money, everything costs money. So that's why we funded. But we have for the rest, no budget at all. So we have for the university, I have all the facilities. So they give me 2 3D printers, professional 3D printers, because I print a lot. So the 3D printers, we talk about the price of 4,500 euro for one. So I got 2. So supported by the university and also our public observatory, where we are little money to less. Okay, they help. They help us a little, but not with thousands of euros, of course, but they help us. That's really good. So, Emily, if you are ready to present something about the outreach activity in Nicaragua or some pictures, so I might give you the floor and then I will go after you. Emilio, you can hear me?
Yes, a little bit, but it's a little bit noisy. What do you say? I'm really sorry.
Yeah, I said if you're gonna go ahead and present the activity in Nicaragua and the outreach that you're doing, and afterward I will go after you. Or you might present
Yes, give me
yourself first.
Yes, let me try to look for the presentation because I have it already here. I'm gonna start to share the screen.
So I'm gonna make you the co-host for that.
Okay.
Okay, so now you're gonna be able to share your screen.
Okay.
So Jean-Pierre, how do you feel about yourself, helping people, helping children, helping country where astronomy in fact does not exist? If, for example, we talk about the case of Tunisia, so how do you feel helping people, that amount of people? Because I know, because I saw by my own eyes, and also I helped many people through you in my country to proceed with their dreams and to follow their passion about astronomy and astrophysics. So at which level you are satisfied with that?
Oh, that's a difficult question, because this is a feeling you can't describe. Really. So yeah, I always like to help people. That's my life. Yeah. I love astronomy. That's also part of my life. And when you can share it, with people who haven't, maybe that is the only way to give them access to it. But this makes me happy. This makes me very satisfied, but also it keeps me awake. It keeps me awake. I listen to you guys. I listen to Maisa. I listen to Emilio. I listen to others. How I can do things going on better. That's what I want to reach. So very happy to help people, but I'm even very happy to make contact with guys like you. So with Knox and with people who are in contact with each other, it's a network. It's a network because when you have a project and you do it on your own, well, sorry, but yeah, well, I do have respect for it, of course, but it will almost say when the guy who lead is gone and there is no one else to take it over or to build it out, yeah, it stopped. So what is it worth? At that time, it's worth the time being. That's it. But afterwards, not. But when we have a project like this, SSVI, and I try always something new. So we started with Bressa telescopes. We have Corona. So they told me, okay, take a sabbatical year. I said, no, I need cameras. That was something new. Does you need the cameras? Are they the best cameras of the world? No, but you can see the moon. You can see what you like to see. You can see the sunspots. That's important. So now, okay, we have no telescopes available. We have the small ones. So again, okay, we have not the 9900s. And Bressa tell me, I have 60, 7700. Okay, that's all right. That's fine. Because Emilio had always two of them also. So you can work at it. But even if that stopped, well, you can build the telescopes. The 11 centimeter or the smaller ones, or with the material who's available. Because it's going on and on and on and on. Make contact with CERN, beamline for schools. Okay, we have the small cloud chambers. It costs probably a few euros, and you can see the particles. So you can educate. You can educate and you can show children things that they have no idea of what it is. And you can teach them. That's important. And that's why we need people like you. So is SSVI good? Yeah, it's not bad. But without people like you, SSVI is nothing. So it's like that.
Thank you so much, Jean-Pierre. So sweet to hear this word, because this word, in fact, is the gas wall to keep going. Yeah. Because we are doing that volunteering. We are not getting paid for doing that. It's completely volunteering work, and we are putting our money for that. We are not paid from anyone to do that because it's part of our life. It's part of our responsibility to help people, to help our countries, and to help also each other to move forward. So Emily,
If I may, so it's the same with us. So in Ghent, we are with 4 of us. We have 4 volunteers who do it all for free. So that's the world is going around and around. It's not so bad. So we do it indeed with our own time, with our own money, and okay, that's okay.
Yeah, it's okay. Even if you lose everything, you at the end, even if you are already using your money for that, you feel happy. You feel satisfied. You did something. You helped someone.
Yep.
So that's really an amazing feeling. So Emily, if you are ready, we can move for you. Your mic is closed, so okay. Now we can hear you.
Thank you. I got a small presentation about how we are doing outreaching activities in the country. Thanks to the support, obviously, with the Jean-Pierre support and SSVI as well. I'm gonna try share the screen. I don't know if you can see it.
Yeah,
this
absolutely.
is how we do it. Thank you.
Yes.
That's pretty cool. Well, here in Nicaragua, we are also working with the Office for Astronomy Outreach for the IAU in Nicaragua. We have there are several amateur association of astronomers. But these, as you can see, are the three of the biggest ones in the country. Cadejo, Sanasa, and the one that I belong to, which is Asafile, which is from the city where I live. This is Leon. Similar, as you have discussed, and as we have discussed in the past, this is we try to do some positive impact in our societies by doing outreach activities in several forms. For example, one of the main ones that I really like and I really love is when we are visiting schools. And these activities, all our activities are for free as well. We don't try to collect any money from the people. We try to do it with our own funds. But the main part about this is about sharing science. And this is what is really relevant. And we also received a donation of a telescope and SSVI telescope, which is braces as well, similar as yours, Maisa. We try to visit the schools on weekdays with public schools, private schools, it doesn't matter. Well, sometimes we are contacted by teachers and they ask us to go to their schools and try to bring some talks. But we try to focus on this and the theory, by doing some presentation and practices as well, and also try to combine it with observations with telescope. If you are, for example, as you can see in this picture, this one happened when we had the transit of Mercury a couple of years ago, I guess. We visited a school and we were sharing sciences. We tried to get some solar glasses as well by covered by our own phones, where people can see the sun in a secure manner, so in a secure way. We also try to bring some talks at nights, try to combine it with moon observation as well, and visit also universities. As I presented in the past, I want to get focused on what we were doing in the past before the pandemic and what we did during the pandemic and what we are doing afterwards. So, like I said, as you can see, the public outreaches were focused on business school and universities, bringing some talks, trying to take some advantages of astronomical events such as the lunar eclipse that happened a couple of weeks ago. Unfortunately, it rained a lot here. We could not do the activity that we planned for, and try also to participate in astronomy courses as well, especially for those people who are really interested to learn about the science, about astronomy and space technology as well. So the other groups also work with us. These three associations, they also do their own efforts in their communities. As you can see, this is Mauricio. This guy is so active. I really like to talk with him because he likes to share experiences, to bring some time with kids for free as well. So when we had the pandemic situation, it was really tough because we were thinking ourselves, what are we going to do during the pandemic? People are going to stay at their homes, so nobody's going to participate, obviously, for obvious reason. In public outreaches, it was not secure to do it. So in that moment, we were thinking about the different associations in the country. What are we going to do? So one of the options we took advantage at the moment was try to bring some online talks, as the one you have implemented in the MISA, which has been really a successful task for, and I really love it. What I'm trying to say with this, when we were using online talks, we start to communicate with different amateur associations abroad from different countries. I remember Julio from Neurona, he's from Mexico. He has won recently one of the SSVI telescope, and he's really excited as well. So we start to communicate with different science promoters, different countries, and try to get some interviews like this when we are sharing experience, and also if we are majoring in a specific field in science, they have to take advantage of technology in order to bring some information about space technology, solar system, exoplanets, and so on. So we use the technology replace our activities in that moment, because in the past, before the pandemic, we were doing public outreaches. Now we were crossing borders, because when we are doing this in our communities, obviously only are the participants or are only the guys or the people who are in their communities at the moment. But when we are doing these activities like this one, this great idea that you had, Maisa, people from different countries are seeing this streaming right now. So they can participate, they can ask some questions, and we try to encourage them also to participate in their communities by promoting science as well. And we start to, I remember the ones that I interviewed in that moment was Jean-Pierre, who's, when I told him, hey, Jean-Pierre, could you please tell us about your idea, how you have developed your project? And he said yes. He said yes, he was, in that moment, he was sharing how he started and how his project has expanded, because he's incredible. And I had discussed it with Jean-Pierre, and I had told him, it's incredible what you are doing now. You are reaching so many communities that we don't have the idea so far right now at this moment, how important it is. But now when people are participating in this, well, they love to see the skies, especially when they are using a telescope. And so having these spaces where people are sharing how they have promoted science, how they have brought so many benefits to many communities, not only in the country, but also outside. And that is so relevant. And this is something that I have to say, one of the positive topics about the pandemic. Now we have realized about the importance of technology in order to continue promoting science. So we also received this telescope, our telescope, the SSVI telescope, which is I have it behind of me, but the screen is a little low, below the screen. The camera, sorry, is below the screen of this computer, so that's why you cannot see it. But we got the signatures of astronauts, European astronauts. We also got the signature of the former IAU president. So when we got the communication as well, when we got the communication that we are going to receive this telescope, well, we got also really excited about it, especially when we started to see these signatures and thinking in that moment that these telescopes were signed by those people who were in space in the past. That really exciting for us. And people, and when they are participating in this, when we are doing, these activities with the public, they start to ask us, who is this guy? And we try to, these are amazing chances for us to tell them about the history of these people who were in space. And that's really, and they love to learn about this from this information. So since then, since we received the telescope, Jean-Pierre, with his incredible heart, he has started to bring us more support and try to send some more telescope. The black ones that you can see here, we got them last year. This really motivates us to continue doing this. There are different forms that really motivate us when we are doing activities, and I'm pretty sure that you already know it as well. When we are doing these activities, we can see kids and their parents observing the skies, seeing the moon as they have never seen it. When we are contacted by schools to bring this telescope, the SSVI telescope, the Bresser telescopes, they say we want to participate. So we said this is really important what we're doing, because not many people are doing this. Despite we are a few people, well, but we are doing a lot. We are doing a lot. Well, and also, since we are using technology, we have realized its importance, and we have seen, for example, in social media, the different pages that we manage, we can see the number of followers that have increased enormously in the last 2 years. Since we are using the telescope to do some online observation, for example, the moon and eclipse, and we are using the Bresser telescopes, this material, this equipment is really relevant, not only when we are doing activities in the community, but also when we are using technology as well. Now, Jean-Pierre has said it before, they are submitting some cameras in order to do online activities. And this is thanks to technology. Technology has helped us to go beyond. Now you are in Europe, Jean-Pierre is in Belgium, I am in Nicaragua, where we are together at this moment. And this is thanks to technology, despite of the times, right now it's noon in my country, but it doesn't matter because we are talking each other, and I am pretty sure many people are seeing this streaming, and more people are going to see that as well. So this is so relevant, because now we can see the international collaboration is so important. Now we are launching these SSVI chapters today, and this is thanks to international collaboration. Despite we are really far away each other, we can see that we could do a lot of things at the same time. When we are participating into the different programs promoted not only by SSVI and the IAU, but for example, on the moon again, which is really relevant, Asteroid Day is coming over next month, almost a month ahead. And we are meeting these people, these special people, such as like you both. So it really encourage us to do this, to do many things, to continue working, because we can see that this is really important what we are doing. International collaboration help us, for example, during the celebration of the century of being founded of the International Astronomical Union. It really helped us to participate on this, and we got the names of a star, exostar and exoplanet. We got the name with a volcano in our country and a lake, and this is thanks to this collaboration among the people, between astronomers. Something I don't want to omit at this moment is what Jean-Pierre has been doing. I know he has told me he has a small team of people working in a workshop, but it's incredible when you see 4 or 5 people and they are doing a lot of things in one small space. They are sending so many telescopes, and now is participating into the different programs with the Office of Outreach for the IAU. Now we can see the impacts, and sometimes I'm pretty sure that we don't realize yet about how we are impacting the society, which is really huge. It's really huge, because I don't know if you have the data, Jean-Pierre, how many countries have you sent the telescope? You got that number now?
Yeah,
Your mind?
154 countries.
100 and what?
154.
My God.
That's not bad.
So, okay.
But also that is, yeah, I forgot to say, but it's thanks to company, thanks to Bresser, that he gave us so much material. When I need eyepieces, he sent me eyepieces. When I need telescopes, he sent me telescopes. When I need cameras, he sent me cameras, and all for free. So it's really without people like them, we can't do that.
Because they have confidence in you. You know that you're gonna send this educational material to the right place.
Yeah. Well, he said to me, for the small telescopes, I got 60. And he said, okay, I have 60 telescopes available. I can do two things. I can sell them, or I can give them to SSVI. And he chose to give them to SSVI because he said, I'm sure that these telescopes go on a very good place. So we are very grateful for that. It's just amazing.
Yes, it is. We are talking more than 100 countries. That's a great achievement. Yeah. So, can you calculate the number of countries and the number of the telescopes? And for example, about a couple of weeks ago, I was thinking about myself, how many people have seen by using this telescope since we got them? They are more than 1,000. So can you have the number? If we've only one telescope since we are using it, can you calculate that with the number of people abroad who have also received this telescope and the number of people of astronomy clubs who are going to receive it with the current program of the outreach office? It's amazing.
It was really enormous. It was be enormous indeed.
Yes. So this is what I want to share with you guys. Like I said, we have done plenty of activities, but we are not finished yet. This is not something that we are never going to finish it anyway. But it's very satisfactory for us to be part of the SSVI program. We are really thankful with Jean-Pierre, with Bresser as well, which is, as you said, a word really important, Mesa, which is they have the confidence on Jean-Pierre. And this is very important because if you get the confidence from this company, which is really great, well, you can do a lot of things, and you are doing it, Jean-Pierre.
And you can help.
You are doing it a lot.
People.
Yes, it is. So let me try to stop the screen, sharing screen. Yes, thank you.
Thank you, Emilio. It was great.
Thank you so much, Emilio, for the nice presentation. I see you also wearing the t-shirt.
Yeah, I got my t-shirt as well here.
Yeah, I also from the side. Yeah, the same here. Okay, so I think it's my turn. Thank you so much, Emilio, for the nice presentation. It was really very interesting. So I will start sharing my screen, and then we can to present my slides, and then we can start collecting questions. I will forward you the question from social media. So I hope you can see my screen.
Yeah.
Okay.
So hi, this is Maisel Yazidi. I'm the founder of the Tunisian Association of Young Astronomers, and also the founder of the Tunisian Association of Young Astronomers, and also the National Outreach Coordinator for Tunisia. So today we're going to have some news to present for the public, to present for amateur astronomers, not only in Tunisia or Nicaragua or Belgium, in fact, all over the world, which is the official opening of SSVI chapter in Tunisia and in Nicaragua. And we're going to mention later why in particular in Tunisia or Nicaragua. So first of all, I might present some things that Jean-Pierre already mentioned in the beginning about the SSVI project, because at a certain point it's really important to understand the project and how it was initiated. So the project, it was a collaborative project between the University of Ghent in Belgium and the Volkskenturm Watch, also in Belgium. So it was initiated project between the both institutes together. And the idea of the project, it was in fact by Jean-Pierre. Jean-Pierre is the official director of the SSVI in Belgium, and he is also doing a great job to promote and to help people all over the world, in particular share them by educational support and educational material and supportive telescopes, let's say. So the project was supported by amateur astronomers building telescope at the university and also at the Observatory of Ghent in Belgium, in collaboration of the Department of Physics and Astronomy at the same university. And also the project, the SSVI, which is the translation of the SSVI in English is Star Shine for Everyone. So the project was in fact supported by 2 Belgian astronauts, which is Dirk Freewoud and Frank de Wien, which are 2 Belgian astronauts. They are aware of this project and they are giving their support to Jean-Pierre and his project. So here's a picture of the 2 astronauts, in which any one of you, if he take a look just in the internet, he can just immediately recognize them because they are one of the most famous Belgian astronauts. So the initiative of the SSVP, in fact, it was in collaboration with the Aerospace Society, Universe Awareness, Leiden University, and also the IAU, and in particular the Office of Astronomy for Outreach. Well, then afterward, let's go and talk a little bit about Jean-Pierre, which is the director of the project. So Jean-Pierre is in fact the official and the unique director for the SSVI project. Let's say he is the main person to contact for that. He is also a member of the Ghent University, C2 active member in the IAU, and also a member of the Office of Astronomy for Outreach of the IAU. He got recently a very noble and award from the Astronomical Society of France in Paris, and he was also recognized in his name and his support financially and also morally. He was really recognized not only in Tunisia and or Nicaragua, but also in many countries, because he is one of the people that really support without stop. If he can support it anyway, he's gonna go move forward and do it. So Jean-Pierre is really one of the nice people that I have met in my life, and also I'm so glad to have, let's say, a boss like him. So any idea I come with Jean-Pierre, let's do that. I just got a green light from his side. So that's a little bit about the SSVI project and also about Jean-Pierre. But we cannot mention that through Jean-Pierre and through his support, Tunisia had got in contact with the Breiser company in Germany, and we achieved to receive 12 telescopes from Breiser the last year, with 12 camera and 12 solar filter for 12 astronomical clubs, association and society in Tunisia, and this was through the SSVI and Jean-Pierre. So Jean-Pierre is also playing as a link between many astronomical community, not only in Belgium and as in fact at larger scale, also in Europe and also outside. So he achieved to reach out. We're gonna change that. It's 154 now, not 150. So he achieved to reach 154 countries, supporting them by educational material and telescopes. He also had important collaboration with the IAU. And his project, in fact, the Star Shining for Everyone, it was involved in the IAU 100 celebration of also when the 100 year of astronomy of the IAU, the 50 years moon landing, and also the telescope for all competition in 2019, 2020, 21st, and 22, which is if someone is interested to apply for the telescope for all 2022, the application is open, and I really strongly encourage you. So in 2020 and 21st, the SSVI in fact became officially member of the Office of Astronomy Outreach of the IAU, and they are collaborating in that for many competition and many awards for amateur astronomers and also for kids, also for schools all over the world. He also winner of the contest. He got a lot really recognized certificates from many astronomical community all over the world for him and also for the Star Shining for Everyone. And since 2020, they are also Jean-Pierre and his project. They were also in collaboration with l'Astronomie de l'Afrique and the RFI, les missions autour de la de la question, which is an online journal for astronomy. So then we're gonna talk a little bit about, before going to my colleague Emilio and talk about him and who we are as a team. If you want to know more about the SSVI project, I might in fact recommend you to go to the website, which is the 3W. Okay, it's here. So I may recommend you to go to the website of the SSVI, which is 3W. Just a second. Yes, this one. Okay. So can you see my screen? Okay, so you might go to the website of the SSVI, which is 3wssvi.be, in which you can see here a lot of video educational materials, the announcement of the telescope for all in 2020, which is still open. Everyone can apply and got his telescope in case they were accepted, because you need to write a proposal for that. You can see also the different SSVI telescopes that they were distributed all over the world, some pictures, and also some tutoring video in which they're gonna show you how to use your telescope, how to set up your camera, how to set up your telescope box. And this is the Mickey Mouse face, which is me doing tutorial about how to use the micro-ocular camera together with brother telescope to take your image and to proceed with everything you need for the astrophotography. So I really recommend you to take a look in the SSVI webpage, in which you're gonna find really a lot of interesting information there. And in case you need any further details about the project, so you might just text to Jean-Pierre and write him an email. So first of all, some of you ask who we are as a team, why we are 3 persons, and what we are doing, and who we are as a person. So first of all, I might start with my colleague Emilio. Emilio, he is in fact the National Outreach Coordinator for Nicaragua. I know him since 2018. We have been working together in many international and national events in Nicaragua and also in Tunisia, together with Jean-Pierre. So since 2018, Emilio, he have been actively involved in the Office of Astronomy of Outreach. So he was really very active, doing a great job in his country and also outside. He is very social, very collaborative. So that's why the project initially was removed between Tunisia and Nicaragua, because he was very active, and also the national group in Tunisia were active. So we really started a collaborative project since 2018-19. So that's why the SSVI, it was the best to start with, like, people involved with Jean-Pierre since long time ago. So Emilio, he is amateur astronomer. He is also the director of the Association of Amateur Astronomers of Leon in Nicaragua, in which is a very really active and large astronomical group in Nicaragua. You have been appointed in the IAU since 2018 until 2024. And you can, if you want to know more about his association, you can just take a look in the website or the social media Facebook, and you can have a look about what they are doing in Nicaragua and the amazing job, the outreach work that they are doing there. So me, I'm also the National Outreach Coordinator for Tunisia. I have been appointed by the IAU since 2019 until 2024. I'm also the founder of the Tunisian Association of Young Astronomers. As I said, we are, as a NOC team, all the national outreach coordinator for each country, we are working all together. But as a state of the last 2 or 3 years, the link between Tunisia and Nicaragua together with the SSVI, it was very strong. So that's why we decided to start the SSVI chapter in Tunisia and Nicaragua. If the experience went through very well, we want to build SSVI chapter in each country, because we want to help more people. We don't want to help just a small community of the people. We want to enlarge the group and build SSVI chapter in each country. So one help the other and the other help the next one. So that's who we are. And then we're gonna go for astronomical facility in Tunisia. So basically, as some of you know, Tunisia is one of the countries in which astronomy is absent inside the university. Not only in Tunisia, but also that's the problem of many countries. So if someone want to study astronomy, they cannot study astronomy in Tunisia. They need to immigrate to another country, as is my case. In fact, for example, I left my country, I left my family in Tunisia, and I went to Italy to study astronomy and space science, and in particular, in fact, planetary science. So that's the problem of several countries all over the world, that astronomy is still absent inside the university. They consider astronomy like a hobby. You can take your telescope outside, but as a science is not considered as a science yet. Together that in Tunisia, we don't have also a lot of facility. At the state of now, we have one historical observatory, which was the first telescope was built in Nabil, which is the right image, and the telescope was closed because the building is in a very bad state. The second observatory that was open in the country, so it's for outreach activities, not for science, it's not for education, it's only for outreach, and it's still in construction. So imagine for a huge country, we only have one observatory and one building closed, saved as historical momentum. So then why outreach? But yeah, we do have really two observatory, let's say, in the huge country, but that does not exclude the role and the responsibility of astronomical association, of society, of a club to sensitize people about the importance of astronomy and space science in the country. And that's why the bright side of that we do have a lot of association, a lot of clubs in Tunisia doing a great job, doing great activity to sensitize people and to show the importance of science and astronomy in our country. And that's why we found in Tunisia that science are all connected for one objective, because we don't have astronomy inside the university. So what they do, we take geology, physics, biology, mathematics, and chemistry, and we try to merge them together to associate them in fact to space science and astronomy. So for example, as my case, I wanted to study astronomy and astrophysics at university, but I was not able to. So I studied geology and I applied the geology in space science and astronomy. And that's what I'm doing as a planetary geologist. So what we do as a state of now, we connect science and we try to show that astronomy is not a separated science. Astronomy and astrophysics, space science, in fact, it connects all kinds of science. So then, and that's why the group of people working in astronomy, astrophysics, or planetology, they are very few in Tunisia. They are less than 10 people in the huge country. So that's why we need more people. We need to sensitize people that astronomy is a need. In 2022, astronomy now is something we need to survive. We need to move forward. We need to develop our society and our education. So it comes here the question, why outreach is important in this level? Outreach, in fact, is important. Why? Because we need to show to people that astronomy is not like to look to the sky and enjoy looking to the Milky Way. It's not like that. Yeah, looking to the moon, taking pictures, taking picture for you under the Milky Way is nice, but we need also to do science. We need to work for science. So all this picture, in fact, was taken in Tunisia in the desert, and it was taken by a group of amateur astronomers, a group of society, astrophotographers. This activity is very important. Why? Because if you start talking to people about science, about astronomy, you need to show proof. You need to show image. You need to show, look how much is interesting. We need to move forward. We need to do it. We need to keep going. We need science. We are thirsty for science. So you need to show data. You need to show image. You need to talk to people and show them that astronomy is a need nowadays. It's something we need to move forward to develop our country and to develop the quality of education in our society. So here's some pictures of some activity that we are doing in Tunisia, like summer school, training for astrophotography, night observation, and all this activity, in fact, is not done by one person. We are a team. We are team working in that, and we are named as a national coordinator team for the NOC office of the IAU. Our team is, in fact, the NOC team is formed by 24 persons, and the gender is balance it. So these two people or this two category or this in fact the group, not only for the team but also the other astronomical society, the group of the NOC team are in fact represented by almost all astronomical group and society in Tunisia. So each astronomical community, we're gonna have one representative of it, and all this group, they all together built the NOC team in Tunisia. Then I will go back again to the SSVI and their role in supporting our activity. So the SSVI, in fact, to be honest, is the most supportive branch in astronomy for us in Tunisia. Because in 2019, we reached to get one telescope from the SSVI in the frame of the IAU activity, well occupied, and it was completely shipped to Tunisia without any fee. In 2020, also, we got another one from the IAU supported by the SSVI, and it was shipped in Tunisia for another astronomical club in the south, and they were really in need of that. In 2021, which was the top of activity for that, and even within the COVID, we reached through Jean-Pierre and the SSVI to get 12 telescopes with 12 cameras, with 12 eyepieces, with 12 solar filters for free. They were shipped from Germany to Italy, and then the SSVI paid the half of the shipping prices, and the other half was paid by me. So, to be honest, the SSVI is one of the people or one of the group that we really worked with, and they were really very supportive. And if I'm gonna talk about the SSVI, I'm gonna absolutely address my gratitude to Jean-Pierre, the director of the project. So through Jean-Pierre and his project, many astronomical clubs, many astronomical associations, they got telescopes, and they were really in need of that because as many countries, Tunisia is a country in which to build telescope, to even ship a telescope is really very complicated in the airport, in the D1, the prices are so much expensive. So through Jean-Pierre and also the support of the IAU, and also the support of Ghana University, we reached to get 12 telescopes for 12 astronomical community in 2021. So one of the things I really like about the SSVI is the gender balance. So one day I take a pen and the paper and I was like, okay, let's draw a gender balance and what kind of support they got from the SSVI. So by coincidence, I found that most of the people that they were supported by the SSVI are female in Tunisia. And that's really draw a smile in my face because to see that how Jean-Pierre and his project are supporting female in science, are supporting female in astronomy, that really, it should really just draw a smile on my face. So I'm gonna say that through the SSVI, we supported a lot of female in science, a lot of female in astronomy, teacher female, amateur astronomer female, and also kids female, in which they got telescope for free through the SSVI and also Jean-Pierre. And also the gender was balanced in that because in 2021 and also in 2022, the winner of the telescope for all and also the person that they got the telescope from the Brazil for free, they will also consider our gender balance. So that's one of the points I really would like to highlight about the SSVI and the Jean-Pierre support. That also, this success, it will never happen without the support of Lina Canas, with also the support of Izumi and Suzuki, because they also really helped us for the shipping, for extra educational material like posters, the cover journal, logos, and any kind of support we really appreciated from Lina and Izumi from the IAU Office for Astronomy of Outreach. It was not one hand, it was many hands together working together to help people and to support outreach and also support astronomical activity in Tunisia, but also outside. So by these slides, I would arrive to the next question, which is, what's next? Okay, we are doing that, we are proceeding, we are doing amazing activity. What is next? What we're gonna do next? The next is we have one goal, which is Since SSVI helped Tunisia and helped Nicaragua, and this was also mentioned by my colleague Emilio, we received amazing help from Jean-Pierre from SSVI in Tunisia and Nicaragua. We want to also do the same. We want to help others and others help others. It's like a chain. Jean-Pierre, for example, helped us. We want to help the next generation, and we want to work, in fact, for the next generation. So as a state of now, and within internal meeting between me, Emilio, my colleague, and also our boss, Jean-Pierre, we discussed the possibility, it was just discussion in the beginning, to open SSVI chapter in Tunisia and in Nicaragua, like SSVI office in both countries. If the experience went through well, then we're going to enlarge the project and support other countries like Libya, Morocco, Latin America. We're going to enlarge the project to allow each country to have chapter of this amazing project, Star Shine for Everyone. So the idea, it started with Nicaragua and Tunisia. And first thing, it was to have our t-shirts because we need our t-shirts to be representative of our project. So first thing, we prepared our t-shirts with the logo of the SSVI and also our local organization, which is ASAFIL for Nicaragua and also the TAIA for Tunisia. And then we said, okay, the next step is to announce that officially, because we need to show to people that we are here, we are working, and we're going to have chapter of this amazing project because we want to help the others locally and also internationally. And then we achieve it to this level in which we are ready to start representing our boss and the SSVI project in the both country, Tunisia and Nicaragua. And by these slides, I reached to the end of my presentation. I'm so happy to have you here again, my colleague Emilia and Jean-Pierre, and yeah, that's all. I hope it was not very, very long. My presentation was not very long.
No, it was both of you just yeah, have no words for it. It's amazing. It's an amazing job you do, both of you, because yeah, here in Belgium, we are astronomy all over the place, everywhere you want. We have public observatories. We have here in Flanders, we have a small community of 6 million people, and there are plenty of public observatories. Officially 6, but there are plenty of small ones. And when I hear in Tunisia, there is 2 of them, yeah. And in Nicaragua, yeah, just the same. It's just people like you who do outreach. That's indeed very important for the next generation, as you said. Absolutely, absolutely. You help for a better world.
People like you, Jean-Pierre, because without people like you, we cannot proceed anymore. So you are also supportive for us. Without people like you, me and Emily, we cannot move forward, because without you, we are not able to do anything. Without your support, your collaboration, we absolutely are not able to do anything.
It's indeed a teamwork also, because without IAU, without Sylvain Boulet from L'Astronomie Afrique, without Radio France International, I can't do a thing. So it's a big network. It's a lot of work, but I like to do it. It's just so great.
Okay, Emily, I have a question from you from the social media. So we have, how do you proceed with your activity and from where you got funding for that?
Well, similar as you mentioned, I'm pretty sure many of the astronomy clubs, we are funded with our own funds, and we don't receive any kind of money from institutions. Every time we are doing activities, outreach activities, we try to collect funds among the members of the associations. We try to collect these funds, and per month we have established a quote, a number of the money that we have to collaborate each other. And we try to implement these activities at local levels, which are free. normally people like to observe the skies, as you say that, but this is not focused only inviting to people to participate on observing the skies. These are amazing chances when we are sharing our passion for astronomy. When we have these chances that we don't have it normally every day, but when we are doing outreaching activities by using the telescopes, and people start to make questions, and they stay for a while with us and try to say, hey, I read about this. What do you know about this? I always have loved to see the sky, but I have never seen it on the telescope. How does a telescope works? Where did you get these telescopes? I can see some signatures in the telescope. So this kind of questions are amazing because we have the time to share with them the solar system information about the planets, the moons. When we have the astronomical events and people get interested in social media, not only we got the question, not only when we are doing the activities, we get questions as well in social media. They start to read some questions. They want to get further information about astronomical events. This is really relevant for us to do it. Unfortunately, there's a lot of misinformation related to science, and that is part of the challenge. The part of the challenge is to be responsible when we are going to communicate an astronomical event. So we try to work with our funds, which is great because it's part of our responsibility to do it. We don't regret about it because when we see people that are participating, they are doing questions, when we have the access to the schools, when they have the access to universities, they contact us and they say, hey, these are responsible people who are doing this without any interest. The only one interest we have each other, including you, Mace, and Tunisian colleagues as well, is sharing science and sharing science and try to take education to the upper level, where people can have access to this, because development, when we are talking about development in our societies, we are talking about education. And this is what when we are doing these activities, we are supporting education. And it doesn't matter how much money we are going to pay for it. We have to do it. If we have to do it, we have the funds, we're gonna do it.
Absolutely, yes. And also the government should be aware about that, and they should also allow some funding for people doing this kind of project. How is the situation in Nicaragua, for example? Like, do you are facing some difficulties in organizing events, public events, and getting funding from the government?
No, we don't have any problems about it, because we have some years of doing that. At the beginning, it was kind of weird, obviously, because it was a new idea. Nobody have done it in the past, and they saw some people with a couple of old telescopes, because at the beginning of this was they were old telescopes, and people got interested. So when they asked us if we are collecting money for this, we told them, no, we are not collecting money for this when we are doing this activity. And they say, okay, you can continue, because if you are going to collect some money, you have to pay some taxes anyway. So we tell them, no, this is for free because we like it, and this is a new idea. We are going to see what is going to happen. When we realized that it was a really success, people got interested on this and participating in this activity. We said, okay, let's try to continue implementing more activities. Through the time, we met amazing people like you, Mesa, like you, Jean-Pierre, and more people who are all also doing the same. And this is very interesting, Mesa, just to tell you a sharing experience. We knew there were some astronomers, amateur astronomers as well in the country. Well, we didn't have the way to contact them. When we create the social media, the Facebook page, we were contacted by them. Other people also felt encouraged in order to create their own associations. And they are also doing these activities in the country. But as you said, one of the most active have been our association, and a couple of colleagues also in different associations, but they are also doing their own efforts in order to bring education for free for the public.
Mhm. And what about Nicaragua, Emily? Do you have like university courses for astronomy and space science, or it is the same as Tunisia?
Yeah, well, here in Nicaragua, we don't have an institution where they can prepare people for astronomer in professional levels. We are all of us, we are amateur astronomers with different professions, and we try to take advantage of this on weekends when we are promoting science. But in the case we need to get formal education related to astronomy, we need to move abroad. The closest country we have is Honduras. They have a university where they can, we could get a bachelor degree in astronomy. If we want to get more, if we want to go to an upper level, we could go to Mexico. But obviously, this is quite complicated because many people know when we are trying to get these courses in Mexico, for example, the competition is huge. So because many people from different countries are also participating. It's similar with this competition of the telescope. You receive a lot of submissions, many of the thousands of them sometimes, depending, or hundreds, and the competition is huge. We all understand that. So something that is really important, for example, the new office of the IAU for education, they have access now for formal to train ourselves, the different access that we get from the Office of Outreach, the outreach office of the IAU also, with the colleagues, Lina, Susana, and the other colleagues who are working on this is amazing because they are bringing us the access to have a formal education as well without the necessity to go to their countries. Now we use technology for this. So in that way, we try to get formal education from this institution, professional institutions like IAU, and try to get certificates as well to be well prepared. And after we get them, try to share the new knowledge with the public. This is very important.
Absolutely, yes. I completely agree with you. And how do you see the situation of astronomy in Nicaragua, Emilio? Like, do you think that something can change with that in the future, with the activity that we are doing, in fact?
That is on the positive impacts about this, because, for example, many people are getting interested. If we continue working as we are doing it, implementing activity, trying to go beyond, try to visit different communities where we have never visited in the past before, and people get interested. So, for example, if we are contacted by someone who is not in the country, we live in the Pacific coast of the country. Now we have the chance to go to the Atlantic coast. We crossed the countries. We crossed the countries about a year ago. And people get excited about it. And so when you tell them and you share with these people, they have never received an astronomy talk, they get excited about it and they start to invest, to search. They try to be in contact with us in a closer manner. And also, they also try to get their own telescopes. Sometimes we are contacted by people. This is something that happened to us a couple of weeks ago. A person from another city contact us asking us, they have both a telescope, but they don't know how to use it. So we have a Zoom meeting similar to this, and we were telling them by using the Brazil telescope, because it's quite similar to this, how can they use in a better manner their telescope and take advantage of this? Talking about, for example, the importance of clear skies, dark skies, how they can use it, how can involve their own families and community. So that is really relevant. And they say, yes, we are going to see, because that happened before the eclipse, the lunar eclipse that was on May 20th. And they said, and then he contacted me and he said, yes, we did it. We did it. We used it. I used the telescope with my family and also with my neighbors. And that is part of that's quite relevant. And this is increasing. It's increasing because more people are asking us, for example, if they are interested to buy a telescope, they contact us asking which one is the best. What is the main characteristics of this telescope, and what are the characteristics of this telescope? And we tell them about it, obviously. So the number of people interested in this size is increasing. Thanks to the outreach activities the association are doing in the country.
And how do you think about the local or the national community in Nicaragua? Are they working together for one goal, one objective, or just each community working in its place?
Well, they are in their own place because we are a small number of the committee. This is something that I have to say. But we are trying to get the information, for example, in the case of the outreach office of the IAU, the number of amateur astronomers of the different associations, we have close communication. For example, we got our WhatsApp group. So if we get information, we try to share this information by using technology, by using the WhatsApp group, or also the Facebook group we have. So we try to work on this line always. If somebody wants to share something new and information, or for example, a contest that is like Telescope for All, that in this particular is part of my role to communicate to my colleagues and try to share the communications. Every one of us is located in their own city. We are not in the same city. We are in different cities. So if we want to prepare a project, for example, the ones that we have discussed with SSVI, how to build a telescope at a local level, and I have asked them, are you interested to participate in? And they say yes. We obviously yes. We want to know how to build it, and then when we have this kind of communication, we continue trying to develop new ideas. What else we can do? How we can do it? How this, for example, the moon. I always, because it's the most recent event, the lunar eclipse that we have on May 20. Every one of them were using their own telescope and invited to people in their own community to participate. But it rained. It rained a lot. We miss it. But anyway, we know more events are coming up in the near future.
Yeah, I can imagine. Yeah. The good side in Tunisia that the number of association clubs is increasing. That means that people are aware right now, and that's really something I'm so happy and so proud of. Like every day, the number of people opening astronomical clubs, astronomical association, astronomical society is increasing. So we have more society, more association, more clubs compared to 2 years ago, and that's very important because it shows that we are affecting the society. We are affecting the problem and we try to solve it, and people are really aware about that, and that's a good side. It's not that easy. It was not just in one day, but it was the result of hard work of many people in the country. Yes, it's really fascinating.
I want to say that the stuff that you're saying, before I forget, and this also involves Jean-Pierre role. There are so many side effects about this because when we are implementing science and trying communicating in something like this, for example, I always said, I never going to get tired of saying this. We always get the most difficult question we get when we are doing this activities are coming from children. They always ask us a lot of questions. It's incredible the kind of information they want to get from the people. When we try to transmit or communicate this information to kids and they get excited about it, something that really happened to us is, for example, when they contact us one more time and they want to participate one more time in our activities. And this is so relevant because kids are really interested about how the universe works, how the nature works. And they get, sometimes they don't have someone to tell them how it works. So when they ask us about this question, okay, what is a meteor shower? I don't know, what is that? And you try to tell them what is a fireball that you are seeing in the skies, because they get a lot of information in media, which is not responsible. When they say, I trust in you. I trust on what you are saying is the truth. And then that is really positive. And also their parents, they tell us, in case my kid has a question, I'm gonna contact you anyway. And we tell them, obviously, yes. That's very important.
Yeah, I completely agree. I completely agree in that. Yeah, also we should be aware about the fake news in the social media, because sometimes you hear some news and you know it's not correct about the clips about astronomical phenomena, and that's also we need really to be aware and responsible with that, because it's not really that good to share news which is really not correct. And like, for example, I remember when I was like children, I always heard about the lunar eclipse is something dangerous to see, blah blah. I was like, it's not dangerous, I can just see it with naked eyes and I cannot like destroy my eyes, so why it should be dangerous? So yeah, we should really be aware about the fake news, and that's why we are here, is to show to the people that this is correct and this is not correct, because as part of our responsibility we need to do that. It's really part of our responsibility. So Jean-Pierre, I might leave you the last speech for today, if you want to say something.
Well, of course, I have listened a lot to you. So I'm very happy that I'm allowed to work with you both, that the chapter is a fact. It's a fact on Tuesday, because Tuesday I have a lecture on the Dutch astronomy days of professional astronomers here nearby Ostende. So I will announce that by over 200 professional astronomers at that time. So I'm very happy. I'm sure we can work together on a good way. So Emilio hasn't seen my presentation, but he can see the recording. Yeah? So everything is recorded. So I can assure you, I will see what I can do. If I can send you some lenses, some 3D prints from the refractors. So the wooden parts you can manage yourself, I guess. That's not a problem. But when you have some optics, you can start with it. But please give me some time until August or so, because it's very, I'm overloaded. I'm overloaded at that time, because telescopes for all is almost finished. So I must all pack it in, I must all send it to Lane, and I'm on my own. In July and August, I'm on my own. But in September, I have all the time of the world, more or less. So, but then I have time to send it. I will print some 3D print parts for you too, and I can send it. So to send it to Nicaragua, it would not be a problem, because 3D print parts, that's nothing. Lenses from 40 millimeter, that's not telescope. So I think that that's not a problem to send it to you. Maisa, to send it to Italy, it's no problem at all.
Yeah,
So,
yeah, correctly, yes, it's not a problem.
So give me some time, and you can start it with this way. So I can guide you. All the building plans are available. I set it on the NOC base camp. I set it on the base camp on SSVI also. And when you have questions, please shoot. So, but I'm really very happy and very honored to work with you together. That's it's really, you're amazing guys, you know, both of you. I can assure you. Okay, so thank you so much.
Jean-Pierre, can I add something else before you leave? Before we finish this, I'm pretty sure what I'm gonna say on behalf of my colleagues in Nicaragua and the thousands of colleagues across the globe. I want to thank you. I want to thank you for all what you have done during this. I understand very well. We all understand very well. This is not only about you, because you had a teamwork who work a lot. As you say that you are overloaded now. And we understand that. Despite of that, you always trying to find out some time to share with us.
Sure.
And share with people. And this is really relevant, because I always said when I see your pictures on Facebook that is heaven. When I see all those telescopes, when I see all those telescopes align each other, and yeah, and I always think about the thousands of people who you are going to benefit when we are distributing this. I know this is not an easy job. it costs a lot of money, as you say that, as you have discussed it. And but anyway, that's not that is part of the challenge, and you take over. You continue working a lot on doing this. If we start to mention the people that you have benefit with your project, we're not going to finish today. We are not going to finish all those people that you have distributed all this telescope, and then the chain continue, because there are many people you are also giving this kind of benefits. Thank you so much, Jean-Pierre. I encourage you and your team, please communicate this to your colleagues, Bresser board directives, and tell them that we really appreciate what you and all these people have done for us. Thank you so much, Jean-Pierre. Tell them, please, we are really grateful for all these telescopes and a lot of accessories you are distributing as well. Mesa?
Yeah, I share the same words with my colleague Emilio. We are really so grateful for you, Jean-Pierre, and also for the Bresser. Without you, without the Bresser, we cannot reach so many people as we reach it nowadays. For example, there are people in Tunisia, they got telescope, while before they don't know what does that mean, telescope. They think microscope. I was like, no, it's not microscope, it's telescope. So through you and through your support, we help with a lot of people. And I share with you this, with Emilio, the same point. People like you are the gas well, are the carburant, like for the car. If you do not put the carburant inside the car will never move. So it's the same for us. If we never got your support morally, more than financially, we will never move. So people like you are helping us to change the world. People like you are helping us to help the others. So if I'm gonna say something, I'm gonna say I'm really so grateful for you for all the connection that you put me in, and also for the Bresser, because we cannot like hide the reality, or we cannot just keep it, because with you and with the support of Bresser, really got a lot of telescope, and we really supported many people with educational material, with not only with telescope, even with posters, even with logos. It's something small, sometimes it can change a lot in people. So we are really grateful for you and for your support. I hope we could be at the level of your of the responsibility. From my side, I think also from my colleague's side, Emilio, we're gonna do our best to move on in this project and to put our life and our efforts, our money, our time in that. So it's a responsibility. I hope that we are really at the level of your trust, at the level of your responsibility, and be sure that we're gonna do our best for that in Nicaragua and for Tunisia. And if the experience was successful from my side, I guarantee that we're gonna move for the other countries. We can open another chapter in Libya, in Algeria, and we're gonna move on and help other countries to open a SSVI chapter in their country.
Thank you so much for this kind words, and you can count on it. I will share it with everyone, and also with our astronauts, and for sure with Frank de Wenne. Frank de Wenne, he parented Science for Girls, so that's SSVI, but especially for girls. And he said to me a few months ago, when you started with it, okay, we supported it, and we thought it's good for 1 or 2 years, and it's over. But they say, okay, it's growing up. And then we said it's COVID-19, so it's definitely over, and now it's still growing. And he say it's unbelievable. So I will share your words with them, for sure. So thank you so much.
Thank you so much, Jean-Pierre. I'm sorry I took 2 hours from your time. So I would like to thank you again. Thank you for everyone following us right now in the YouTube channel and watching us today for 2 hours, in fact. So thank you so much, Emily, for your time and for being here. I know that different time zones, so it might be difficult for you. Thank you so much for your nice presentation and for being part of this meeting today. Thank you so much, Jean-Pierre. I'm so happy to announce officially the opening of SSVI chapter office in Tunisia and in Nicaragua, and we're gonna hope to see another chapter in other country in the future. Thank you again, and I'm gonna see you in another opportunity.
Keep in contact.
Yes,